Hello everyone, if you're like me and you have been looking to hit infinite towards the start of the season when everybody else is climbing, it's a lot more difficult, but I find it a lot more fun at the same time, then you may find that you have done a lot of climbing and then dropping and then climbing. This is the first season where I've actually dropped down a tier before climbing back up. And so I reached rank 90, and so I was around 94, and I lost a bad enough string of games that I went down to 88 and then slowly made it back to 90 and then ping-ponged back and forth between there while I was trying out and experimenting with different decks until I settled on this one. This one I have gotten up to around 94, and I'm set on finishing off the climb with this video today. This is actually the deck that helped me get back from 88 and recover up to where I'm at now, and it is an Ajax Affliction. I greatly wrote off Diamondback when she first came out as kind of just iffy. I mean, outside of Affliction, of course, she's no good, but I do think she adds a certain level of versatility to the Ajax Affliction that is very much needed. And so with Diamondback, a lot of times you can win games even if you don't end up going with the Ajax line. Whereas before, it almost felt like you needed to have Ajax down to be able to win those games. This one, she can extend your lead in those lanes that you have that negative affliction, or you play her early and then hit it with a hazmat later, and then that swings it immensely with her being able to have that ongoing. She afflicts every card that has a negative affliction with an additional -2 power, which is so strong. In addition to that, we have the Anti-Venom. Fantastic in this list since we're already running the loot cage. Sometimes we're going to get the surprise element of having a free Ajax that gives us that additional reach that's very hard for the opponent to anticipate. We also have Laffy, which is another recently released card in Sanctum Showdown, and that is on reveal steal 1 power from each other card here. So what I like to do with Laffy, especially if it's a free one, is drop him right before we drop Loot Cage so that we get some extra scaling from our cards, and then ours will recover that negative affliction while the opponents won't, and we will retain that extra power up on Laffy. Filling out the rest of the deck, we just have a kind of the standard affliction. Scorpion, Cassandra Nova, great for getting just afflicted cards down that Diamondback can affect later. We have Hazmat, always going to need a Hazmat in a affliction style deck. Being able to drop that on the last turn is phenomenal at being able to swing multiple lanes back in your favor. We have the mixture of US Agent and Man-Thing to cover the low end and the high end of cards. We have Zabu. We have a lot of 4-cost cards. Being able to reduce them down to 3 can kind of open up the flexibility of our final turn immensely. And then finishing it off, we have the tech option of Red Guardian. Being able to take out Dracula's, being able to take out Iron Man, Mystique, all of those very high impact but very risky cards we can handle with Red Guardian, and he can single-handedly win you some games that otherwise you would have no business being in. This deck feels amazing. It may take a little while to get your bearings. The biggest thing is being able to play around Shang-Chi, Enchantress, Super Scroll, Red Guardian, and Rogue. If you suspect that the opponent's deck has one of those counter cards, I'm very hesitant about leaving my strong ongoings on the board for fear that they get countered in some way, shape, or form, and then all of a sudden you're losing 8 cubes off of those. That can and probably will happen while you're learning it, but once you get a good idea of what the opponent's deck will contain, you can start making those kind of alterations to your play lines to make sure that you're safe in any particular game. We're going to go ahead and jump over into a couple games. Thank you guys, as always, for being here. I hope you guys enjoy. Stacking the left lane just because we can't really compete. The Scarlet Witch is actually beautiful. I'm so glad to see that. And then the Sandbar is also very bad for him. I'm going to go ahead and snap into it regardless of what the rest of the game looks like. This location is enough to give us a potential advantage, just a slight advantage that is enough to make them retreat. Let's go ahead and jump over into the next one. All right, next up we have Gender Fluid Druid. They are running a big Arsham deck, so they have, I think it's an Arsham Thanos. They have counter cards, they have all kinds of tech options built in, but it's hard to rely on one of those being in their hand. Ooh, Sakaar is actually not awful. We Red Guardian the Captain America's shield before it jumps over to the left. We'll absolutely take that. And so I think we go ahead and go Diamondback mid. and then we're going to start building out and focusing on the other lanes. So turn 4 would be anti-venom, unless we maybe draw Ajax as our next draw, and then we wouldn't really have anything big to potentially pull. Galacta getting hit is great. Cassandra Nova, we're going to save that for the last turn of the game. I want to be able to just surprise them with winning a lane. And then we just have to like further support another lane, whether that be like the free anti-venom card, whether that be Luke Cage. We want to be able to, and since they have a big enough deck, we should be able to steal a lane just off of the single solo card. And so Big Angela coming in here. We get Hazmat for free, which is not awful. Man-Thing, we could go Man-Thing left. I think we go Man-Thing right. And the next turn, I'm not really sure what we're hoping for. Cassandra Nova to win one lane, of course. And then we have the Hazmat, so maybe Luke Cage. US Agent would be okay. We could throw it into like the Galacta lane. That's about it so far. All right, so big Heimdall of all things. So they... Wow. Okay. They do end up dodging the Man-Thing, which is good. Like, well played. But this is kind of a tough lane for them to win now. I think we go Cassandra Nova right, which is going to be negatively afflicted by 2, but it's still going to be a 17 power card, which is massive. And then... Actually, before that, let's go Hazmat first, Cassandra Nova. We'll go Zabu to the left. This is going to help our Diamondback here. Make sure that we can negatively afflict all of the cards in that lane. The left lane becomes kind of problematic for them, and then the right lane should be easily winnable. We'll take the 2 cube retreat. Let's jump over into the next one. All right, next up we have Cavalcante. Butchered it. The first location is Central Park. They drop Meek, so we're looking at a Bullseye list, which Luke Cage definitely helps us out in that particular deck, because then we don't have to worry about the negative affliction from the Bullseye. We're just looking to maybe find Red Guardian to cancel out like a Mobius or one of their scalers to give us that kind of that edge against them. Otherwise, it's a pretty like narrow or close matchup. Let's go ahead and go Cassandra Nova into mid. They skipped on 2, so no Collector, no Mobius. Dakin is big. They probably have a Frigga, right? I imagine that they do. How heavily do we force this? Like, we could go Laufey, but then that gives them specific power amounts that they're fighting against. I think better yet, we go something like, I don't know, maybe Man-Thing. We can go Ajax next, which is helpful. Ooh, there's the Morbius, and then the Collector now. And so no doubling up of Dakin, which is great. I wish that we were able to like highly target right here, but we can't. So I'm thinking Ajax left, because Dakin is going to go up to, I don't know. Dakin is going to go up a fair amount. We could also see if maybe we get lucky and can angle an Ajax to drop naturally. So there'd be a Laufey into a Zabu, and then Ajax dropping right would be decent, depending on what we drew next. We'd be able to do Luke Cage plus whatever, or Luke Cage Diamondback. I'm going to try that. It's a 1 out of 3. And there's the big Bullseye. Hopefully it pulls their shard, their Muramasa shard. That'd be amazing. No, Gambit. And Gambit does discard the Muramasa shard, which is not amazing. We lose whatever that card was. Zabu, that's fine. So he's already doubled up, which is good. We could, right now, it's a 50-50, knock that out. We pretty much have left lane locked. Diamondback gives us an extra 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 power mid. But if they go Modok, we might be in trouble if we don't hit the Morbius with a Red Guardian. No, the Meek is massive. Oh no, it's not a Meeker thing. And so the Meek isn't going to scale, but Morbius is easily gonna outpower us. So Modok coming in, not 8 power, which could be the difference maker here, because of the Cassandra Nova or Scorpion, depending on where it was whenever those were played. Those aren't going to get buffed up. It doesn't look like they have Scorn, which is great, meaning and we don't get negatively afflicted from Bullseye because of the Luke Cage. We should be able to hold down the 2 cubes here, largely because of Scorpion or Cassandra Nova. Let's see which one it was. Let's see which one helped us out. The Scorpion. So Scorpion, way earlier in the game, gave us that positioning that Diamondback actually doubled up on to find a way to win. We'll gladly take it. Let's jump over into the next one. All right, next up we have Coffee Enjoyer. First location, Elysium. Not that bad. I think we definitely benefit from there being a flood of things on the board. And so I'm going to go ahead and drop Scorpion first, just so that we can negatively flick the cards that are in their hand. And then we'll probably play it a bit slow, unless we have a high priority target for Red Guardian, in which case we will go ahead and play Red Guardian on 2. So Kitty Pryde. So it could be a Bast, Agent Venom style of deck. I've seen those floating around, which I think they're decent. Do we go ahead and play Diamondback? It could also be Kitty Pryde that runs some counter-heavy nonsense. I'm going to go ahead and do Diamondback. I'm going to let them know that we're positioning it into Onslaught Citadel, so they're going to have to be weary of that location. And so Sam Wilson, and then the Kitty Pryde coming back. Space Throne. If they didn't have the Sam Wilson, we would be celebrating a little bit. But since they do have Sam Wilson, they could move the shield out. It's fine. Let's go ahead and go Anti-Venom. I'm going to play it over to the left. I almost want to snap this and see if he stays. We have to look out for counter-heavy stuff, but it's fine. I think we're okay. Let's go Anti-Venom. We have some really decent cards. We have Man-Thing, Ajax. Luke Cage would be great. Cassandra Nova is not a bad hit either to have for free from the Anti-Venom follow-up. Especially with Onslaught Citadel, we could use a free card to kind of skip for a while and then like strategically buy our time. So big Gwyn pull. This is going to be the Kitty Pryde. There's protecting Space Throne to make sure that we can't clutter it up. So free Ajax. Love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. We do have the Hazmat. I'm just going to skip here. We don't have really anything that we're focusing on other than like maybe a Red Guardian into the Sam Wilson so they can't move. Ooh. What if they move the shield over into Space Throne and then we block off their Sam Wilson? There's a chance. Nah, they go mid. That's fine. They also go pretty heavy into Elysium. And then we're probably going to skip on 5 because right now, if we got Man-Thing, we'd be able to do both Lofty, Man-Thing, Hazmat. I guess if we get Man-Thing, maybe we play it. And then the Kitty Pryde, so they have the freedom. They're not completely capped out in any given location. Zabu. Zabu's fine. We drop Zabu, that means Man-Thing would be 2. We could play our entire hand on the final turn. So let's go Zabu. We're holding back to try to make sure that we dodge priority. That way we're not susceptible to like Shang-Chi, Enchantress, or any of those big cards. All right, so Mockingbird comes down. They have a huge lead in the left right now. It's fine. And then Cassandra Nova is our last card. Not great. It's not the worst either. So we go what? I think we go Hazmat first. Ajax. We'll go ahead and go Lofty, which We'll make sure that everything here is negatively afflicted so that we can double up with the Diamondback. Although they do have a lot of power here already, which is the scary thing. And I guess we have the Hazmat too. Kitty Pryde is pretty big. We need something like a Man-Thing or some kind of ongoing other than Ajax to really put the pressure. Like a US agent would have been massive to come down here. I'm not sure that we win this one. I do want to see it play out, but I'm not convinced that we win it. Let's see. And so it's Kitty Pryde left. Massive. And then big anti-venom in the right. So we don't beat that with our play. Diamondback, actually, hold the phone. We will grab the 4. The wingback of that Diamondback hitting the Galacta was massive, which I don't think they were accounting for. Diamondback, I wrote her off. I dismissed her. But she is so much fun to play in this Affliction package. I absolutely love the flexibility because then it could typically be either or, Ajax or Diamondback, to find a way to win. We'll go ahead and jump over into the next one. All right, next up we have Asaroth, which I think is such a funny name. Yeah, I assume they're making a play on the World of Warcraft Azeroth. I find it very funny. So the Superflow is the second location. And then the last one is Titan, which they changed early with the Reality Stone. So we could go Moon Knight. I don't think we ever want to, though. We could Red Guardian. It's not awful. I think we're just going to go Scorpion instead, though. And we're going to play away from the Superflow so that we maintain our our extra energy. So the Dazzler is not an awful target. I actually think we may snap this. We have extra energy each turn. Cassandra Nova coming in early to negatively afflict all of their cards. So even if they do Shang-Chi it, all of their other cards are negatively afflicted. So Diamondback has a lot of room to grow. Ajax, same thing. And so they go big speed in the right lane. We're probably going to Red Guardian left, maybe. I guess. Maybe instead we could just go Man-Thing. That way they can't hit us with an Ajax or a Shang-Chi. That's a lot of power committed to the right lane, but that's fine. We have to look out for, with Ajax, we have to look out for both Shang-Chi, Eliath. We have to look out for Enchantress, Rogue, Super Skrull, which is why I'm hesitant on playing Ajax on 5, really ever. So maybe it's just going to be like... Maybe it's Laffy, US Agent. Yeah, let's go Laffy, US Agent. That's the direction we're going to go. On the final turn, with the extra energy from Superflow, we can go Ajax Hazmat, which is beautiful. Captain Carter is a little bit scary there, but it was negatively afflicted by Scorpion, which is also beautiful. And we have a really big lead over in Titan. And then we do get Luke Cage. You know what? I don't think it matters. I don't think we necessarily need the Luke Cage. So let's go Ajax Hazmat. The ordering doesn't necessarily matter. And then we'll go Hazmat left. We could go right, but we have a pretty big lead over there. Ajax should win us mid, and then we'll see. They can't Shang-Chi the right lane. I guess they could, if they had a just beautiful insight, they could Enchantress mid. Mind Stone to get buffed up by Captain Carter. A Shang-Chi is also on the table. Spectrum. Ooh. I was not expecting the Spectrum, but that actually almost gets them the win. It almost buffs Captain Carter up enough where she enhances the back row. Captain Carter can really go crazy if left unaffected or unimpacted, but something like Negative Affliction hurts it a lot. We will gladly take the 4 cubes. Let's jump over into the next one. We're almost there. We're almost at 98, almost infinite. All right, next up we have Losing Enjoyer. Sounds good to me. Let's go Zabu on 1, which is great. We have all of our 4-cost cards to be discounted. And then Atelan is also fantastic for us. Let's go Scorpion. And then I'm, depending on what kind of deck they're running, which we have no idea. Part of me wants to go Luke Cage, but the other part knows that it's a little bit risky because they could then have a potential Super Scroll or Rogue or Red Guardian or Enchanter. So many ways to counter the early Luke Cage. So I'm just going to go Red Guardian, knock out their shield, and then what we draw back into, we draw back into. And then with Zabu, we have some pretty big discounts on our 4-cost cards, which are great. Hope Summers. So could be a Surfer deck. There's a few others that it could be as well. We could go Anti-Venom, but I kind of want to do Cassandra Nova first. And we have Luke Cage back in our hand, which is massive. I don't know. If we do Cassandra Nova, then odds are we are not going to do Ajax or Anti-Venom, one or the other. We wouldn't be able to do both. So big Galacta coming in, but that's fine. US Agent will help us out there. Ajax is decent. So let's go Ajax left so that that's not Shang-Chiable. And then I'm going to go US Agent. And then we'll see what we pull. It may end up being like we drop Ajax plus a 0-cost Hazmat. That's a 1 out of 4 chance, but it's a chance nonetheless. It may not even be worth dropping the Hazmat since they only have right now 3 cards. But we'll see. With Hope Summers, I assume that they're running a Surfer list. And so maybe Brood. Yeah, Brood to the right is big. A free Man Thing would be beautiful to see. Hazmat. Okay. So it is the Hazmat line. Okay. We have to look out for Juggernaut. But otherwise, I think we're okay. Is it ever worth it to do Ajax Hazmat? I think we always win mid. They go ahead and jump out before we decide. I would have to think through it, but it doesn't matter. We'll take the 2. Let's go ahead and jump over into the next one. All right, next up we have Easy Pumps. The first location, Cloning Bats. If we find an Anti-Venom, that'd be great. They snap on 1. There's so many things that they could be like excited about having, like Cassandra Nova. Okay, Sunspot. Doubling up on the Sunspot is okay, but I'm curious if that's enough to snap into. So they either get our Diamondback or, yeah, just our Diamondback. Let's go Scorpion. They have Luna Snow, so they're going to be loading some extra energy around. So I kind of think we protect against, I mean, it's probably a, oh, it's a Hitmonkey. It's a Hitmonkey, like, Moon Zoo style deck. Let's go Red Guardian left to knock out the Sunspot before he absorbs much of anything. And then we'll see. The Throne Room is pretty scary for us, even with like US Agent Diamondback, because they're going to have She-Hulk, which will be 10, maybe 9 if we hit it with Scorpion. That would have been amazing. We could Red Guardian their Ice Cube in the right lane. We can also just go Anti-Venom. Then US Agent somewhere. I don't know if we want to throw it right yet. I mean, yeah, let's go ahead and throw it right. I think positioning some high power cards over there is going to be good. So Sunspot coming in, 0 to 0 out. Starbrand. Yeah, big Starbrand. So being able to be dropped into the Throne Room, going to dodge our US Agent, which is massive. We get Laffy, which is also huge. Love to see the Laffy here. So what? We go Laffy into Diamondback, get a copy of it, go Luke Cage right. We'll be able to do another Lofty in the right lane, which right now this is 5. And actually, hold on. Let's just do a little bit of ordering maintenance so that we get 1 extra point on the first Lofty, which will then carry over because we won't have our Luke Cage down yet. I think we're okay here. They do have the massive star brand, but our Lofty is going to be bigger than their star brand, right? And so I think we steal the throne room off of that alone. So another Sunspot, which is massive, into the Moon Girl, but they're only, what, floating 2 energy? And I mean, they have the free 1 drops, but they're not floating a lot of extra energy, so it's not like they get a free She-Hulk or anything. Maybe we're looking at like Titania stuff. The double up of Starbrand is pretty big. We go first, so 6, 7, 8. Actually, with Lofty, we don't win the right lane, but I think it's still able to be this number, and we call it good. And then just for good measure, I think we go Luna Snow in the left. Why is he saying snap question mark? We will take the 4 cube retreat. Just our negativity was too much to bear. We'll gladly take it. Let's jump over into the next one. And that actually puts us very, very close here. Like an 8 cuber and a 1 cuber, and we are at infinite. Finally, thank gosh. All right, next up we have Lubrication. The first location is Savage Land. They do have capped shield. If they don't get Sam Wilson, this is a tough lane for them. But Sam Wilson helps clear it up a good amount. And then Fisk Tower is interesting because now if they do Sam Wilson, they will have to do it over here. And what we're hoping for is this is Space Throne. It's just out of nowhere. I hope it's Space Throne. No, it's Death's Domain. Unfortunate. Tough. All right. Let's go Cassandra Nova into mid. Negatively afflicting their cards. We have Anti-Venom. We do have Luke Cage. But I don't know if we go Man-Thing or Anti-Venom. I mean, Lofty in the left lane is huge. Man-Thing in the left lane also huge. I don't think we're in that much trouble. Like, Death's Domain is tough, for sure. They easily win that one. But I don't think it's the end of the world. And so with Ravonna, we may be looking at a Spectrum, Mr. Fantastic style of deck. And so let's go Anti-Venom. We do have a couple of good hits in a free Hazmat. Getting a cheap US agent is kind of nice. Getting a Red Guardian, it can be okay. Diamondback, great. Ajax would be the like phenomenal. We'll see what we're able to hit here, though. So they go Anti-Venom as well. Interesting. Do they have Luke Cage? And we do get the free Ajax, which is massive, monumental. Big man thing. We could go big Lofty, but 3, 4, 5. It does put us within Shang-Chi range, so I think we're gonna go man thing first. Or only. We may not go Lofty at all since we plan on going Luke Cage next. So it may just be the man thing that we drop. And so they do go 1 card left with Iron Man. If they don't have Luke Cage, they are in trouble. I guess a little bit of trouble. I mean, this isn't a, I mean, I feel really good about this. I want to snap back. But if they, for some reason, have a Goliath, we're in trouble here, right? We're going to snap it back. The Red Guardian taking out the Iron Man is going to be... No, it doesn't take out the Iron Man, does it? Oh, no. Okay, hold on. We got to think this through now. I just automatically associate Red Guardian with Iron Man. Okay. If that's the case, we have to pivot it around. This is going to be 7, 11. Still not great. Oh, man. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Goes up to, what, 20? Let's hope. Now, if they have a loot cage, we're in trouble. Mystique, so it may be good that we ended up putting the Red Guardian into mid. Let's see. Big Moonstone. Big Goliath. We're taking out the Iron Man. Which brings them down to 15. We are going to hold it down. Oh my gosh. Such a close match. A lot of what I found with my climb this season, and that is almost there. We are almost done. Like a 1-cuber. A lot of what I found with my climb this season is that it comes down to the very final play and being able to position your cards more effectively or anticipate what the opponent is doing just a little bit better. We're almost done. Let's jump into that final match. All right, next up we have Saucy. And what a saucy ending it would be if we can get an early retreat. It'd be nice. I don't want to do anything reckless and like snap 1-1 and like hope that they back out because we have no idea what they're running. I would rather just play, see if we can outposition them, and then we go from there. So TVA is not awful. We have power in 3 lanes already. I'm not going to snap it because we don't need to. We just need 1 cube to finish off Infinite. I do think we're in a position where we could snap, but we won't. So big Red Guardian hurts us. I mean, I guess it doesn't. It doesn't hurt us as much as what you would think. Can they spread? Because we still have to put something in TVA. They have to be able to drop 2 cards here. Otherwise, I think we should easily have this one. We do get the 1-cube retreat. A little more anticlimactic than an 8-cuber that we got just a second ago, but that does push us into Infinite very early on in the season. We're ranked 166. We'll gladly take it. And that is where we're going to go ahead and end the video. Thank you guys, as always, for being here. This has been TLSG. Later, guys.